My biggest issue in business and maybe in life is that I don't work off the fly enough. But that's what makes me really, really good at sales. I have all of this automated in my head. I have the tone ready to go. I have what I'm going to say ready to go. I can just feel it. I know the inflection. I know the, hey, how's it going? Great to speak to you. Look at my suggestive voice. Would you like to buy a package? So I just have this. And once you start developing and working that, the tone, the warmth, the resonance, the scripts, the knowing the generic answers and responses to things, you're going to be better on the phone. Today, we're going to be talking about this thing over here. What is this? This is a phone. Now, confidence, what does it boil down to? Does it boil down to feeling powerful? Does it boil down to having control over the conversation? I have a theory, and power and confidence over the phone has to do with feeling happy. It's with communicating happiness. It's with communicating enthusiasm and energy. And if you can do those things, you're not only going to be more likable on the phone, but you're going to have better phone conversations. So let's get started. So I work with a lot of international students on this channel, creating content about Canada, about how it's important to stand out and how to do your thing. And we're going to teach you how to do your thing on the phone. Now, the biggest thing with the phone is your hello, the first impression. People judge how likable you are within half a second. So the biggest thing to do is to make sure that your hello is happy, that it's welcoming. I'm going to give you two different hellos. You tell me which one is more happy, which is more likable. A, hello. B, hi, how are you? See the difference? There's a big difference there between hello and hey, how are you? This suggestive sort of tone, this upward inflection, which they tell you not to do in news broadcasts, and they tell you not to do when you're speaking or giving a speech, which I'm not doing now, but when I am speaking on the phone, I immediately, hi, how's it going? It's great to speak to you. See, that works really well. Now, the first tip is that suggestion, that upwards inflection, that openness, that happiness. That's going to make you likable, first of all. So number one, use a happy inflection. It doesn't have to be upwards or downwards. It just has to be happy. And you have to be enthusiastic. I'd love to send you an agreement right now. Is now a good time? You know, just anything that works in the moment, that's on the fly, that's, you know, cooperative and understanding and agreeable is going to come across really great on the phone. Number two, it's to be confident that the voice you're using is the one you like. So begin recording your voice and listening to it, and have a certain way, a certain feeling in your throat, you can feel that you're speaking in the way you're confident in on the phone, because you speak that way every time, you know? I just gave you an example about how I answer the phone with inflection, and I'm not talking that way right now, but if I pick up the phone again, hi, how's it going? I can just do that off the fly, and I know what it sounds like because I've recorded it before, because I've done radio with the headphones in my ear, and I know what it sounds like. So once you can control your voice in that way, you know it's coming across the same way every single time, it's going to help you. So have a specific tone, a certain warmth that you use on the phone. So use a warm tone and know what it sounds like. And record your voice until you find that warm tone, you know what it feels like, and you can replicate it on the phone. Tip number three, and this is a personal tip, and I got this again from working in radio for a few years. I realized I don't have a really, really nice, deep bass baritone voice. And I always thought, okay, I'm announcing these radio announcements, and I never had that voice. So I want to have that inflection. I want to have that warmth. I want to have that power behind my voice. One thing I do is I'll speak, right? And then I'll bring my mouth a little bit closer to the speaker. And what this does is it generates a bit more resonance. Now, I'm not blasting into the speaker. I'm not yelling. I'm speaking warmly and I'm speaking softly. If I'm speaking loud like this, it's difficult to sound warm. But if I'm speaking softly and I'm slowing down my voice, I may be a little bit quieter, but once I bring this in, I bridge that gap and I create resonance. And what this does is it creates a warmth, a texture, a quality on the phone that's going to help you with things like sales, with customer service, with sounding professional when you call a place, and the speed and the way you speak in conversation, the confidence that you have, all plays a role, but it also comes down to the tone. So tip number three, build your warm tone, build that presence, and bring your mouth closer to the speaker. Tip number four, and there's probably 100 tips, but this one helps me as well. Nervous energy or extra energy. You may be on the phone and you feel like, okay, you can't see things, you can't hear things, and your mind might just work a little bit quicker. And this doesn't come down to phone conversations per se, but it comes down to nervous energy. Nervous energy is faster. And when we give it in a presentation, it's very difficult to hide. But the beauty of the phone is you can be super nervous, and as long as you control the voice, as long as you control the warmth and you bring it in, no one can see what's happening. So if you need to shake off that nervous energy, you can do whatever you want. You can pace around in circles. I can talk on the phone as warm as I want as I walk around the table in circles multiple times. I'm still walking around the table, but I'm explaining all the things I really care about. So you can pace around if it helps you, if it helps make your voice sound a bit calmer. You can even grab a pen and a piece of paper and write down words, even if it's useless, even if you need to scribble. I'm a scribbler. Like when I'm on the phone, I'm scribbling, I'm fidgeting, because I, as a person, have an abundance of energy anyway. Okay, and I'm hyper conscious of every single thing somebody does, so I need to get rid of that energy, and that's okay, right? That's okay. When I'm public speaking, I might channel it by using my hands and my arms and kind of containing it within a box. When I'm on the phone, I might scribble, I might do something else. So find a way to get rid of that nervous energy, but don't let it come out with your voice. Now, my tips here, I'm just hoping that they're not too abstract, and I hope they're understandable and easy to achieve. So I'm going to keep moving on, and I'll see, have my fingers crossed that this is going to work. My last tip is to have general guidelines, or to memorize by heart the regular things you may need to do on the phone. So I know for a fact leaving a voicemail. Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Nadernejad. Please leave a message after the tone and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for calling. And I have these regular phrases that I use. I know I'm going to say, hello, Nader speaking when I answer. I know I'm going to say, hi, you've reached the voicemail of Nadernejad. Please leave a message after the tone. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I have these things in my head so that it makes conversations easier and more automated. My biggest issue in business and maybe in life is that I don't work off the fly enough. But that's what makes me really good at sales. I have all of this automated in my head. I have the tone ready to go. I have what I'm going to say ready to go. I can just feel it. I know the inflection. I know the, hey, how's it going? Great to speak to you. Look at my suggestive voice. Would you like to buy a package? So I just have this. And once you start developing and working that, the tone, the warmth, the resonance, the scripts, the knowing the generic answers and responses to things, you're going to be better on the phone. And you can transfer these skills to things like Zoom, to conferencing, to even speaking to people in person. And this is going to help you wildly. So if this video helped you at all, let me know. And if you have any questions, drop me a comment down below and I'd be happy to help. My name's Nadernejad, and I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later.